Hey guys, this is Mr. Markland again with Unlimited Possibilities Martial Arts. I wanted to do another video in response to, I got one comment of somebody talking about when we were doing our video, which was about a year and a half or 2 years ago, but we did a video on some of the kind of eclectic styles of Kung Fu. In one particular one, when we did Mantis arms, when you did the Mantis technique, and I was telling how kind of what the idea of that, because people see this and they don't know what that means. So basically, in this case, I was showing some of the techniques as far as like if a person is punching and you're bringing your hands up, and the idea of Mantis is really forearms and being able to hook with your other arms. I didn't really focus on the hooking part, but there's a really hooking idea here. So if he's punching directly at my body, my elbows are coming in and I'm able to forearm him, right, as he punches, and I'm able to come in like this, right? Or maybe he's punching to the face, same thing. I can come in and I can use my forearms here, and I can also use my elbows. This is what I was talking about before. I kind of got a question, or it was more of a comment really. They were saying, oh, you can just double leg takedown. So this is kind of sort of in response to that, because you can actually do some kind of what people call anti-grappling. I don't really call it that, but a lot of people call it anti-grappling, which basically means when you come from here, the idea is if you're going to use your elbows, you're going to drop down with your elbows, okay? So in other words, he comes in and then he fakes high and goes low. Okay, well, fakes high and goes for a grab. I'm sorry, I should have clarified that. So he's going to fake high and then he's going to double a leg, like he's going to grab around my legs, right? So first he comes in with a punch and he grabs, yeah, it comes down like that, perfect. So when he does that, so he fakes high, I come here, what I'm going to do is get those elbows down. And I'm going to push my legs out. So this would be like the anti-grappling idea of it. Again, this takes training. You have to visually be aware of his movements, because if you're not visually aware of his movements, you're just going to drop down and you're actually just going to stand there and he's going to take you down. But if you're aware of his movements, he goes up here and he comes down. You're going to follow him down with the elbows dropping. And so what I'm doing, I'm going to show it on this side. So what I'm doing is getting the forearms down here like so, okay? So both forearms are coming here like this, which and I'm dropping my weight, which makes him want to fall. Does that make sense? I don't want to keep my feet necessarily in the same spot. I can. You can also sprawl if you know how to do that, but personally, I probably wouldn't do that. What I probably do is I would come here, I'd step 1 foot down and put 1 foot in front. This allows me to come down, and if I need to knee, then I can, if I want to do that. So that's definitely a technique that they would utilize in Mantis. But this is the idea. So if we're going to anti-grapple somebody, right, that's what you would do, is you drop the elbows down. If for some reason, which means you're not putting enough pressure forward, for some reason they can grab the leg, then you're just going to lean in forward and push down further. Does that make sense? So that's how you would stop them from like just being able to do a simple double leg. Of course, you would have to be able to recognize that. That means you'd have to train it. If you don't train it, you're not going to be able to recognize it. You're not going to be able to defend against it, right? It's the same thing with everything, of course, okay? So if we're here like this, the other half of it, what I was talking about, what I wanted to get into, is hooking. So I never got into the hooking aspect of it. So let's say he's punching, right? And I come here. Now, let me go to the other side. So if he's punching and I come here. So the hooking aspect is here, okay? This plays into the chin na idea. So I'm using the joint, right? And I can actually strike and take him back and off balance and down, right? I'm doing it slow. It would not be done that slow, obviously. It'd be done almost that slow, but not exactly that slow, right? So if he comes in and he punches, right? Yep, it doesn't matter which hand he punches with, right? So I can come here, and I'm taking him back and taking him off balance. If I cover right, let's say he punches right, and I come to the outside, I can use this hand, right? And watch this. Now, if I want to have a lot of fun, I can come and hit with this leg, which bends the knee, and then that continues to take him down. So now we're going into maybe like a little sweep motion with it. But the idea is that you're hooking and you're grabbing. So that's the other thing that you can do with the Mantis hands. It's not just using the forearms like this, but you can also hook, right? And I can make him hit himself with that hand, right? And then I can smash him with this hand and come and hit, right? And then they like to do these big strikes in Chinese wushu. They like to swing with these big motions, which is good if you know how to do it, right? Reminds me of Tong Bei Kwan. But anyway, so this is the idea, hooking. Now, you don't just hook to high, you can also hook low, right? If you can hook high, you can hook low. So if he comes in, I come here, now I can come here and I can hook low, right? So I can hook on the inside of the leg, take him down that way. I don't want to take him off just trying to be nice. You can also do it the other way, so he comes here, and maybe instead of hooking to the back, I hook to the front, right? So I come here, and I take him down that way. Okay, so you can still use the hooking hands going forward or back, it doesn't matter, right? Let's say he kicks, okay? So when he kicks, can I hook the leg? Yes, I can hook the leg when he kicks. Okay, does that make sense? Let's say he does a round kick. Can I hook the leg? Yes, I can hook the leg when he round kicks. Okay, I can give him a knee, elbow, right? Whatever I want to do to take him down or to get him off balance. Okay, pull the leg out. That's actually probably what I would do in that case. Probably knee to get his body to drop, and then yank the leg out to flatten him out a little bit or make him roll. It's going to do either or of those two things. So this is the idea with the Mantis hands. It's the forearm and the hooking, which I didn't really go into last time, with the hands, being able to hook. So you can also do that to the head. So I'll show you one more. So if he comes in and I come here, right, I can actually hook the head here, or let's say I go this way, and I can hook the back of the head here. Now if I hook the back of the head, obviously I got those knees, right? Okay, and I can grab here. This can be a punch. I can throw him if I want to from here. I'll have to do this step and go here, right? So I'm trying to do it nice and slow, but you guys get the idea. Once you twist the body in certain ways, it's hard for the person to kind of be orientated, if that makes sense. And also just to say, if a person is big now, these techniques are going to be a little bit different, right? Some of them will work almost the same, some of them will not work as much, right? So twisting somebody up like this, so low, if they have a big tummy, it's hard for them to twist like that. They're going to be like more here. It's going to be hard to pull them down because their stomach is in the way, right? So you don't want to pull them down, in this case, push them down, since they're going to bump right back up, right? So in this case, you don't want this, or you want to go down. See how I forearm back up, and I step here, and I can just take them down, trying to go easy, down behind, if that makes sense. So it's never limited, okay? It's just whatever you can understand. The more you learn, the more you understand, okay? And the more you can actually use. Does that make sense? So I think that's our video for today. Make sure that you like and subscribe if you haven't done it, if you're enjoying this content, since you're at the end of the video. And we will see you on the next video. Bye. Man. Now it's still going. Yes, the girls just fell down on the ground and they're looking like floppy fish. There she goes. Oh, wow. That was a good fall, actually. He actually fell properly that time. You did. Okay, not bad. It's like you got shot.
I know, that's
They're not doing too well against the hitmen.
Oh, that was a very dramatic fall.